Luke Brown, what's going on? It's good to see everybody tonight. I have a question that we're going to talk about just for a few minutes. What will your life look like if you don't act on your dreams? And I'm not talking about like just fantasies. Let me ask this. What will your life look like if you don't act on your dreams? Are you settling somewhere in your life? Are you settling with a person? Are you settling with a job? Are you settling with what people say about you, what your family says about you, with what others say about you? Think about that. A lot of people settle. A lot of people settle. Usually that's like a girl thing. I'm not settling this time around, they say. But for the men, what have you settled on? What have you just given up on? Weight. Turn this light down a little bit. Have you just given up on your weight, your fitness level? Um, your job? You know, like people who take like government jobs, like the people say, I'm all set now. I'm set. I got a government job. Like, where else in the world, except a government job, can you say, I'm all set? And it was kind of cracking me up. There is no job security. How many times does your job have to get threatened before you wake up and realize there's no such thing as job security? Or, let me put it this way, the only security that you have is the security that you provide for yourself. I think it's important that everybody get to that point. Everybody. Is there a way that you can work remotely on your job? I know that's why I started moving away from having a workplace, a brick and mortar place to go to, and started doing my own thing, creating my own work. You know what they say about self-employment? And I'm not pushing you to be self-employed. I'm not pushing you to be self-employed. Being self-employed can be hard. It can be very rewarding, but it can be very hard. So here's a great piece of advice. And that is, find a need, fill it, and get paid for it. Find a need, fill that need, and get paid for it. Where are the needs? Where is the pain? Where are the needs? Where is the vacuum? That is something that I would encourage everybody to do. Everybody. So, the question for the night is this: what will your life look like if you don't take action? For most of you, it's going to look like it is now. You're just going to be older, grayer. Your beard's going to be whiter. Ladies who are watching, nothing will change in your life if you don't act. So many of us get set back by relationships. We don't know which way to go. We have kind of like this idealist thing. If I'm on my best behavior and I'm a good guy, I'm a good guy. How can anyone not like me? How can anyone not want to stay with me? And then you go through a breakup or something. Rob is with us. 2022 is an incredibly important year. It is. Huge year. Huge year. Absolutely. Well, Josh, you need relationships. You need a sense of connectedness. Nobody is more of a a lone ranger and lone wolf than me. But some of my happiest times have come from collaborations, connections, and relationships. So I would say don't throw away relationships. Don't throw away the vulnerability because of what you hear someone say on YouTube. I'd rather have you listen to data than listen to hearsay, because everybody can spout all kinds of things about women, about men, about relationships, and what can happen. All right. I mean, there's risk in everything, but there's no sense in taking unnecessary risks. The question for the night is this: what will your life look like if you don't take action? This action can be relocating. This action can be leaving a relationship. This action can be getting out of Dodge before the crap hits the fan. That's something that people have to take into consideration. You might have always scoffed at things like anarchy. A.K. Bauer, A1C resulted in 7.1 official diagnosis of diabetes. Changed to a keto diet in late August. Now the A1C comes down to 6.1, weight loss of 35 pounds, the first step. That is so cool. I was talking with someone today about that, how that this very, very same topic, A.K. Bauer. If I knew your first name, I would address you by your first name. It's not that it's just treatable. It's preventable. It's preventable. You know? Where will you be? What will your life look like if you don't take action? I've been saying this now for about almost 6 years. Every year I keep telling you this is the year that you get unstuck. What are you doing to move yourself in the direction of being unstuck? Being a little bit smarter today than you were yesterday. Most of people's setbacks come from bad relationship decisions. Not just relationships, but bad relationship decisions. So you have to take full responsibility for that. Changing jobs was the best decision I ever made. Old job was stressful. Took a long time to get the courage. It does. I think there was a movie. It was a movie with Ice Cube and George Clooney, and I think it was called Three Kings. Am I right? I could be wrong. And they were in a pretty dangerous position. I got to find the clip. I would love to find that clip. I'm sure it's on YouTube. I will kind of paraphrase. It was a Gulf War movie, yeah. I will paraphrase the conversation. And one guy says to the other, I can't do that. That scares the shit out of me. Something to that effect. And I believe it was Clooney's character that said, it doesn't work that way. He says, you do what scares the shit out of you, then you get the courage. So it's not like, I gotta work up the courage to do this. It's not about that. It's about doing it, seeing the results, and then all of a sudden the courage comes to you. If you wait for conditions to be perfect, you will never, ever move. If you wait for courage to show up, you will never move. There's never going to be a knock on the door. Who is it? Courage. Hold on, I'll be right there. It's not going to come looking for you. That's why I say, maybe you're not depressed. Maybe you're just discouraged. I don't want to say I risk. Yeah, I risk being called crazy, but I honestly, I'm way over people's opinions. If you are sensitive to people's opinions, I suggest that you start a YouTube channel, because you will draw critics. It doesn't matter who you are or what you believe in. Go on YouTube. You will find critics. You will create enemies somehow, some way. It will toughen you up quick. You'll wake up in the morning to hate from people you don't even know. And it'll bother you. In the same way that, hey, great video, or like whatever, somebody complimenting you makes you feel good, which I've learned to disconnect myself from that kind of feedback completely. If your emotions are directly connected to people's compliments of you and treating you well, then you are going to be vulnerable to people's criticisms of you. So that's why you have to disconnect yourself from people. Otherwise, and Mike Cernovich told me this a few years ago, where he said, be careful. He literally told me, be careful, because I think at the time, he probably had 500,000 followers. And he said to me, be careful or your audience will change you. And I felt that happening. And that was a one-sentence piece of wisdom. If I'm thankful for anything about Mike, it's that piece of advice. And I probably need to reach out to him and tell him that. He probably doesn't even remember telling me that. Your audience will change you. Long story short, courage is not going to show up. You do what Three Kings, yes. You do what scares the crap out of you, then the courage arrives. Like magic. If you take one thing from tonight's chit-chat, one little thing, it should be that. All right. I told you it was going to be a short one tonight. Thank you for watching me. Look, it was only 15 minutes. But you learned something that can actually change your life. Literally change your life, not the YouTube change your life. You know when people say, oh, your teaching changed my life, or you saved my life. Now, I'm not talking about YouTube changing or saving your life. I'm talking about like the real thing. Like actually, like your life will be different in 3 months. Not just like your mindset, or I just kind of stroked your ego or clarified something from you, in your head. Literally, literally make a difference in your bank account, make a difference in your muscles, make a difference in your relationships. I can't even believe I have a market for men. I can't believe this. I have a market for men that want to leave a relationship but don't know how to do it. And they pay for it. They pay for that. What will your life look like if you don't take action? You had a lot of choices on YouTube tonight. There's a lot of stuff going on tonight. A lot of stuff going on. But you chose to spend 16 minutes, now 17 minutes, and 3 seconds with me. And for that, I am thankful. Talk to you again soon.